Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with some more Rise of Mordor for you today, and you can see we've got some glorious Lords of Isengard we're looking at here in the glorious poppies. It looks really nice actually. This is the Lozenarch map that we are playing on again. This is a nice 2v2 on large armies, and as you can see the armies are just about setting up, ready to face each other. We have obviously the Woodland Realms, since we're looking at the Lords of Isengard here, facing off against Isengard, and we have over here on the other side we have Dale facing Dol Amroth. So some pretty good factions, some solid factions today. Obviously Isengard and Elves don't really have cavalry, so Dale is supplying the cavalry for Isengard, while we have Dol Amroth here with his Knights of the Silver Swan providing cover for the Elves of the Woodland Realm. So it will be an interesting one to see what can go on, what will happen here. I was taking part in this battle. I was playing as the as Dale over here. I'm playing with several members of my Discord. If you want to join the Discord to get involved in some Rise of Mordor battles, then feel free to do so. The link is down below in the description. Also, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And always make sure to have those notifications on so you know when the next battle is out. But as you can see, we have Dol Amroth here moving up. Got his huge army of Seaward infantry here. We have a lot of troops on the battlefield here today. We have 17,000, quite a lot here today. And yeah, you can see the Seaward infantry getting ready to move up. These guys are glorious as well. I mean, the red poppies, like against just any of the units, looks awesome. Really does. But yeah, these Seaward infantry looking ready, looking like they mean business. Very much looking like the their Gondorian sort of style. Over here we can kind of see there's like a bit of a standoff going for like the middle of the battlefield, like this little village, I guess you can call it. It's kind of been left like touch. You can walk through this village, so you could see some flanking movements going on from either side. When involving that, you can see there are some Uruk scouts that are kind of waiting to see whether Dol Amroth makes any moves or the Elves make any moves to kind of rush through the center. But yeah, I mean, Isengard is just about getting in position now, and the Elves are loosing their first few volleys onto Isengard. Hold, loose, please. There we go. Glorious, glorious. Yeah, they'll fire, and they're not. I mean, that's a pretty easy targets. They can fire at these crossbows. They've got swords in behind they can shoot at. The crossbows, if they can get it set up, they'll be pretty nasty. They could take out quite a lot of these Elves. Got really good armor piercing ability, so they'll certainly be able to do some damage. They look like they're about to set up about now, but they're going to take some losses before that. You can see they're starting to drop a little bit. A few of them got arrows just in them already. You can see taking them like an absolute champ. Look at that guy, for instance, got an arrow right in him. These guys are just marching forward. They're not going to start shooting. These guys are shooting. Well, they were. Stop shooting when I come over to have a look at you. Well, the other one then started shooting. God damn it. But yeah, there's a skirmish fight going on here. You can see to start with. Elves expending not a lot of ammo. I mean, there's a fair amount spent there actually. You can see cavalry coming in now from Dol Amroth. We're going to send the Seaward cavalry in, but then I moved up my Dale cavalry regiment, try and cover them. We are facing us some pretty nasty. So we've got Elven King here as well. He's fully upgraded. Got all those chevrons. He's going to be a nasty force to match against. I mean, my Ravanian regents might be able to face him, but I don't know if we'll be able to take him out. My Dale cavalry regiment as well, maybe. But we're going to need support from infantry and archers and all sorts of other stuff. See, over on my side, I'm kind of waiting for who's going to make the first move. I've had a few shots at these Nimrodel ranges with my Bardings. And that's kind of really it. That's all I've done. I've not really shot at like any of these swords or the shock or anything like amazing. These Nimrodel Rangers out here as well on the flank, trying to get some support for their cavalry. So they're going to try and I think they're about to fire over this ridge, and they're going to try and shoot my cavalry. All in their nice blue cloaks. Yeah, the order goes up. The men are setting up. And there they go, firing their volleys, and they're going to try and shoot at my Dale cavalry regiment here. Very annoying. And I didn't appreciate it one bit, so we're going to pull them back. Got Knights at Imrahil here. These guys are going to be nasty as well. So they've got two really solid cavalry units to the other side, Dol Amroth and the Elves. And they're going to be pretty nasty to deal with. But my Bardings, I'm confident they can do a good job shooting. and then we can send them into combat. That's kind of my aim. I'm trying to like keep the skirmish phase going on as long as possible, because these bardings are nasty. They have got, if they don't move slowly enough so I can see what's going on, they've got really good melee combat, they've got really good range, and like armor piercing, all sorts. They are really solid. Got good armor as well, as you can see. So they're able to, they do quite well in combat, and they're able to also sustain a pretty good prolonged like skirmish fight as well. You can see the cavalry is actually getting underway. So I'm having my combat now. You can see that the Dale Cavalry Regiment flying in, going after the Knights of the Silver Swan. And in they go. Knights of the Silver Swan going in. I'm actually two-teaming this this Swan Knight unit here. I'm going to pull it out again, though. I just kind of went for the charge. I knew that instantly this Imrahil Knight was going to come over here and try and get involved in the fight. See, I'm now sitting in Lake Town Guard. These guys getting involved, so I have shock infantry to support. I've got shock infantry in here supporting as well. I need to get my cavalry out. Dale is fighting Dol Amroth. And at this point, I start to focus down the Knights of Imrahil. I do not allow them to just get like a tiny, like a charge. I don't want them to like be untouched. But I wasn't paying attention. I think I was dealing with my left flank cavalry at this point, trying to chase them down. And I get charged here pretty nastily by the Knights of Imrahil. And in they go. And now they're going to be fighting on. But I can now have, I should have more infantry that are able to come up. Yeah, I've got more Lake Town Guard able to come up. You see, I am losing that fight there because of the charge. I lost like 16 men in the charge initially. Both losing this fight here, though. Knights of Silver Swan and Dale Cavalry Regiment losing this fight. So that's a big win. I'm glad about that. See my Dale Cavalry Regiment here winning. Going to try and cut down the Seaward's Spear Cavalry. And then I'm actually going to go flying on into these Nimrodale Rangers here. I'm not happy that they're just shooting me point blank range. So I'm going to fly into them. And we're going to have some easy kills there. Over on the far side, Isengard has now engaged against the Elves. You see his fights going on the way. Isengard infantry, or Uruk-hai infantry, pretty solid. They'll do okay. These are also swords against spears. So, I mean, the sword should win in time. This is whether the Elven archers can do their damage and kill off this first wave. I mean, they're actually winning here. Uruk-hai infantry winning. Winning here. You can see the swords are being sent in, where like they're starting to lose. You can see more Uruk-hai infantry being set up. I don't know if they really need to send more infantry up, but I could certainly do with some more infantry on this side. I mean, they could probably do with like flanking, because they have the numbers. They could do with just sending all of this in. If they send all of this reserve in and flank hard, I think they win. Like they got a good chance. Anyway, they stretch this pretty thin Elven line. Over on this side, I now have shock infantry involved here. I now have these half orcs. I'm pretty sure they're half orc axes. They're doing a lot of damage to these this Swan Knights.
Discovered the enemy's hidden units. Our troops are being ambushed.
And yeah, the man's going absolutely mad. There's an ambush going on. There's all sorts going on. But yeah, over on this side, the cavalry fight is getting pretty damn heated at this point. I mean, I've kind of broken my cavalry out. And I'm now going for rear charges on infantry and shots like charges on archers as well. Just trying to do as much damage to like these Nimrodale Rangers as possible. At this point, I think I had more cavalry than like my enemy. They hadn't realized that this Seaward had returned. So at this point, I was using as much cavalry as possible. This one here might die though. I'm trying to get my cavalry. Yeah, you can see it's just going to break. But yeah, they're now saying in Haven Guard face Lake Town Guard. I've definitely got to get that like that supported. That Haven Guard will just mess up my troops. At this point, I'm now sending the cavalry flying into backs of infantry. I'm trying to let my bardings as well do as much damage to units as possible. And I'm actually going after this unit over here. And they should free up 2 infantry units, 1 shock and 1 sword. They're going to come flying in. And in they come. And that is going to bring that. That's going to sort that out very nicely. So that is looking quite good over here. You can see we're now engaging across the entire front here with all my troops for Dale. At this point, I was like, right, Uruks, they need to go flying into the back here. Uruks need to go flying into the back of these swords and just surround these guys. Do as much damage as possible. On this side, I freed up some of my cavalry fighting here against the Knights of the Silver Swan. I'm now charging into the Elven Archers because they're starting to do a lot of damage to the Uruk front line. Also, these Wars Garland, they're pretty damn nasty. They can do a lot of damage. I have some cavalry as well that's just kind of just stood here, just kind of... I presume I just forgot about it. It's just getting shot by archers, but I'm kind of fine with that. They're going to shoot a pretty weak unit of cavalry instead of like our infantry. That's fine with me. Breaking their cavalry here. Nice Silver Swan breaking. I think this is a Seaward cavalry spear. Cavalry here breaking. Breaking my cavalry though, more importantly, which is the main worry. And I'm now kind of out of cavalry. I have this one here, which is kind of locked in combat against some Seaward sword infantry. That needs to get out. this one actually has returned. I need to get my general, like I need to focus on their general with my archers. That would be a really big win. As you can see, now committing around the Uruks right now. I have my spears here as well that also need to kind of surround. And they are kind of defending the flank. Apologies for it being a little bit laggy. I think it's just because there's so many men on the battlefield. I should hopefully clear up as men die. This is a long-ass line of Dalian swords are not as good. Yeah, I was about to say, Dalian swords will lose in this fight in given time. I need to send this Vinland Guard here. I have this Vinland Guard ready. I was going to send it in column formation if given the chance. You know, I could flank around here. But I'm just waiting on seeing what these other units do. Haven Guard coming up again. I was focusing this Haven Guard. This Haven Guard here has lost like 40 men just from arrows. I'm not letting them get like any good like shots. I've got my Bardings over here as well. They're about to get charged by the tiny little unit of cavalry. This actually could be quite painful. Can we have a volley? Let's eradicate this cavalry unit. Oh! So many arrows, and that annihilated that cavalry unit. We took a few losses, but not too many. I need to really just, like I said, focus on this Knights of Imrahil, which is actually losing to these Lake Town Guard. So this could be a death of a general. They're not careful, these Knights of Imrahil. There he is, the general himself with his purple cape. Over on this far side, it's pretty even. I need to get my cavalry out here. This Dravani region has been in combat so long. They've been locked in combat with this Elven King, which they are losing to. No surprises. I really need to get these crossbows as well. I hope these crossbows, I think they are firing. Yeah, look at this point blank range into these elves here. Such a nasty angle. And they're getting absolutely butchered. And what have we got coming up here? We've got more Urukai infantry. They're going to try and go through this gap, I think. They have got very little left of the elves. I don't think they need to send more like White-Hand Stormers and stuff in here. They're like, the line's solid. The line's fine. They need to flank around if they want to break these elves quicker, I personally think.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat.
Like I'm doing over here. I'm breaking or like killing a lot of these Dol Amroth troops off very nice and quickly from just surrounding them. And well, I guess the only reason that elves haven't done it. Oh, someone's an entire unit. I thought it was a general that had perished. Oh, they have a fresh unit of Spear War cavalry. So yeah, they brought this cavalry all the way over from this far side to this side because they realized that I was out of cavalry and they had no cavalry on this side, so they wanted to use their cavalry offensively to try and deal with these Bardings. And you can see that this unit of cavalry is going to mop up these Bardings. There you go. They are gone. Bardings, and they're going to go into the next one. But I've cleared up this sword here, and I now can send my swords, chase my swords to go after these cavalry, try and catch them. I'm trying to get my general as well, keep him protected. I think I'm trying to defend these Bardings. I think they're actually going into combat because they're trying to still shoot these Haven Guard all the way over here. These Haven Guards still causing issues. Urukai scouts still haven't actually all fully committed. They've committed some, but not many. You can see they've actually got countered flanked. And they're just not good enough to beat these Knights of Imrahil. Real shame that our little sneaky plan didn't pay off, but that's fine. We've got some Dalian swords here. We're about to flank the next unit. I'm just trying to go down the line, flank as many of these Dol Amroth swords as quickly as possible so I can win. Because my Dalian swords are not winning. They do not like this fight. Not one bit. My general here is getting charged by cavalry, which is a real annoyance. Cannot deal with that at all. And then over on this side, you can see that the Uruks are actually starting to lose the fights, and they were probably wise to send in more troops to reinforce. But again, like I said, they could do with flanking around. I think these Uruk scouts, I think they're going to try and go through the village. I know they're going to counterflank the Haven Guard here. And these Uruk scouts, I mean, you don't really see it here, but they actually are incredibly fast. You can see they're going to go flying into the back of this Haven Guard here. They'll try and get a few kills, try and at least stop them from getting counterflanked, save their other unit. These Haven Guard might be able to chop these guys all down. That's the issue. Oh, they're Uruk scouts anyway, fighting last Scarlet Blades. They'll probably lose that fight anyway. Cavalry was still ping-ponging off my infantry. It was so frustrating. I wanted to get these Bardings in action even more, and I just couldn't. I mean, luckily they're still firing like point-blank range at these cavalry, so they're getting some... Now they're going to charge my general again. I was so frustrated at this. It was just getting so silly. I'm going to form shield wall here. I think. I'm trying to form shield wall anyway. And yeah, it's not enough. This Vinland Guard is just getting butchered. But it's now, the cavalry are now getting shot in the rear. So that's a big win. I'm kind of happy about that. The charge wasn't great. Yeah, this cavalry unit's getting focused down now. Luckily it's Spear Ward cavalry, not like, I don't know, any other sword cavalry, like, I don't know, Knights of Imrahil or Swan Knights. I now have my Vinland Guard here, surrounding these Seaward infantry. And they're now bringing up some Haven Guard to try and replace, well, what's going to be the hole in the line there. They've still got a bit of an issue here. This big hole in the line here, we could just flank around any sort of unit they fancied. Over on this side, Isengard's still holding. The elves seem to just have men after men after men to hold these, like, endless waves of Isengard troops back. Haven Guard, not Haven Guard, Hall Guardians now in here. Doing their bit. One of my favourite units. Maybe not on looks, I think they look good. But they're just one of my, like, I know with the Hall Guardians, you're going to get work done. You're going to get work done. Setting in archers now. They're running out of arrows to the elves. That's a bit of a reassurance there for Isengard, who still has ammo on his crossbows. I mean, these guys over here still have a little bit of ammo, these Lords of Lasgarland. But more worryingly, the Elven King is still alive. So these crossbows are probably not that safe. They are not safe really at all. Could do with this Elven King getting killed off. They still have a few little bits of cavalry over here to Dol Amroth, but they're basically out of cavalry as well. They have their general in their Knights of Imrahil still. I'm pretty sure the general is still alive. And they still have this tiny little unit of spear cavalry. At this point, I have no cavalry, but I'm using my archers quite effectively, and I'm just focusing down like these units here, like Haven Guard, being focused down by Bardings here, Marksman of Dale. At any opportunity, they're just getting shot to pieces. I'm shooting, but look at this. There's a point-blank shooting here, straight into these Knights of, well, not even Knights, sorry, into these Nimrodel Rangers. And they're very excited about something. Yeah. There we go. Volley straight point-blank range into these guys. Don't think they already fired that, actually. But we could do with these Bardings, to be honest, shooting at more infantry. Or the cavalry that's now arriving. Goddamn cavalry's back. Marksman of Dale better be ready. These Marksmen of Dale are really good, I personally think. I think they've got some... Like, Dale's just got some of the best archers. I think money for results. That's just not how it goes, but... Like, for your money, you're going to get some really good archers as Dale. Yeah, they fire off a volley. There's cavalry over there. They're dropping quickly. Another volley like that, and we'll probably break these guys. Another volley, men. We need quick reload. Now more than ever. Oh, and then we get charged by a tiny unit of Seaward infantry. That just stops us from firing, really. I mean, we still kind of point-blank fire. And yeah, this charge is going to be pretty broken. It's still going to do some damage, though. And in they go into my Bardings again. It's so frustrating. They kind of break on impact, though, which is lucky. My line, as you can see, I'm losing on every front now. I am not, like, doing well at all. But I'm winning over here, which is a small little victory. I'm kind of happy with that. If I can kill their general, I might be able to, well, save my front. I'm actually breaking stuff here. That's a big win. I now have all of these 3 units freed up. I can now either go and reinforce the center. I need to get this this unit here of Dalian Swords needs to kind of go through the center, flank these guys, or just engage these Haven Guard, one or the other. I'm losing this far left flank. What's over here? This Mountain Knights at Imrahil is just like blobbed all his really elite stuff there. And not a bad plan. You can see my Bardings get charged down again. It's so frustrating. This goddamn general just needs to die. Focus him down. Kill my own Bardings if I have to. This Knight of Imrahil can knock it out of here alive. That's all I'm going to say. Luckily, we're breaking a lot of stuff here, though. You can see a lot of Seaward infantry starting to break. And at 80 men.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
So that's a big win there. Over on this side, Isengard's still kind of just grinding here. On his big old grind fight with the elves. Big long line. You can see the spear line still looking pretty solid. And the swords are going to head the spears now. And there you go. A general has died. So I focused him down with the archers. And he's just getting absolutely ripped to shreds. Down to 4 men now. So hopefully that's going to do a lot of damage to morale. You can start to see that there is more like wavering troops here. I really need to support and kill this Haven Guard off. Like, just needs to die. Setting in swords now. Really, I need to get archers up here to focus them down. Them and the Knights of Imrahil. Like, dismounted Knights of Imrahil. Elven King now in here. He's now charging my archers. It's so frustrating. Got all the way around the map and just started running down my archers. It's so frustrating. I did not want to see this. Just when these Bardings thought they were finished doing the job they'd done, they're not done. Put it like that. I'm now going to fall back my archers because this sword unit here is holding them in place. I've got more swords that are able to come up and kind of replace them. These Bardings can just get out of there and they'll be safe now. We've won over there as well, that tiny little unit, so we can bring those 2 more units over across. And you can see we kind of swivel, so we now got like mainly Dol Amroth here, and we've got Dale on the left. And that's kind of it. It's very close on my side on who's going to win that. Over here, I'm going to say it could go either way. It could go either way. Isengard is still holding on. He needs some pikes, really, just to punch through, really, some areas. Shame he didn't bring any. But yeah, some pikes would be huge, but they will just get focused down by... Oh no, he does have pikes. What am I on about? He has pikes, of course. Of course he does, he's Isengard. I was going to say they would get focused on my elves, but maybe they won't. Elves have broken through here, though. They've won on this flank. This is a concern. You might need to just throw in these like weakened units of Uruk-hai infantry, hold them in place. But he needs to win where some of the pikes are quickly. I mean, he's going to win here, where the pikes are, and then he can free up all these guys. He needs to kill an Elven General as well. I'm pretty sure the Elven General is a Hall Guardian as well, so it wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world to kill. You can see the spears I've actually got in. And they're winning here as well. Look at all this winning. Isengard's doing a really good job up there. But it's whether he can do it in time. The elves are breaking through in some areas. It's kind of a race. Both sides. Who's going to just break through first? Dale's still on the line here. I need to get my archers and I need to get them like around the back of like infantry lines just to kind of like hold them in place. Like just to wreak more havoc. Really. See, I'm focusing this Seaward infantry unit down here. This one's getting focused down in the back.
The unit is running from the enemy.
More arrows come flying in. We're just trying to shoot down these Haven Guard, which is just causing so much problems. I'm losing here. This is Knights at Imrahil here, just like chopping down my Dalian swords, unfortunately. They're just so much more fresh compared to me, like in men and in energy. These Bardings might need to get committed soon. I think I lost one of my Bardings at one point, but I don't remember where or how. I must have got charged down by cavalry.
The men are broken and
But I could do with that other Barding right now. Really do with it. Yeah, I think I've just 2 at the moment. Real shame. Do we focus shooting down this unit of Seaward infantry? It's got its flank showing as it tries to surround this Dalian sword here. I mean, Dale looks glorious as it fights to the death here. My general's losing as well, which is quite concerning. But they're down to so little. I need to focus down this Knight of Imrahil now. Focus it down now that it's just like here. It's turning around. It's turning its back on me. How dare you turn your back on the Bardings? They're going to run. I don't even know where they're running for. I'm thinking they're making sure this Dalian doesn't come back. Apologies. I'm just like randomly burping in the middle of this commentary. But yeah, so this Dalian sword is making sure it's gone, I think. They are now going to try and silence my Bardings. This is fine. They're out of ammo. I'm going to let them just go into combat, and I'm going to try and surround these guys. I may still lose this fight, in all honesty. These Knights of Imrahil are just so good. So goddamn good. And then over on this side, you can see Isengard has won the center of his fight, and it's now kind of turning again a bit into a sword match. He kind of needs to get some sort of line sorted out here. He's kind of getting surrounded a little bit by the elves. The elves have kind of got tiny little units of Hall Guardians that are doing a bit of a number right now. They're surrounding these guys. And then the general has just died for Isengard. He's just died in this big old blob here. I don't know. I think he was just like unfortunate and lucky that he died here. He's getting surrounded though at the moment. And this is kind of fatal for the evil factions. When they lose a general, they have a lot less morale and they seem to break a lot easier. But Isengard's a bit different. It's a bit stronger. They're more elite, these guys. They'll hold for a while. They still do need to kill its elven general. They could do. I mean, it's not ideal that they've lost their general, put it like that. It's looking pretty dicey over on this side as well. I'm now going to send in my marksman Dale. They're having to go in. My general is breaking. Oh, he was wavering. I've actually killed that unit. My Bardings did an absolute number there and just destroyed that Knights of Imrahil. That's a really big win there. So now I can send these Bardings into combat and they can hold the line. Save my gen possibly. You see what infantry here trying to reposition, I think. This one's pretty much broken. Needs to just break quickly. I need to send in a unit here, break this dismounted Knights of Imrahil. I might have to do the same thing again. Hold with one, flank with the other. My Bardings. But at the same time, my general desperately needs help. And you can see the marksman of Dale trying to go in and do their bit. It's down to 4 units versus 3 here. Like the Vinland Guard holding on only just. And they're going to get surrounded now. Poor men with their shellfish armor. If he hadn't been charged, he'd probably be okay. If he hadn't been charged, he might have been okay. But he's broken now, and my general has just died. But the Bardings don't care. And the Bardings are winning here. Look at this. They're winning against the Knights of Imrahil. They're losing in this one, though. Over on this side, you can see that Isengard still in a sticky position, kind of getting a bit surrounded here. Don't know where his pikes are. His pikes are getting harassed, actually, at the moment. By tiny little units of elves. This is not good. Oh, yeah, this is not good at all. I mean, he's got them into the Hall Guardians. So that's good. He needs to kill this Hall Guardian off. Save his Isengard troops from being surrounded. But also the general's still actually pretty fresh. That's so annoying. Just need to focus this general down, really. It's a Hall Guardian. He shouldn't have been allowed to just survive. As you can see, we're actually doing okay on this side. You can see that the Bardings are winning in both these fights. They've just broken another unit here, and they're winning here against these units. I may win my fight. It's unlikely, but I may be able to do it. They kind of both went even there, actually. Damn it, and now we're losing. No! No, Bardings. You must hold. For the glory of your forefathers. You're named after a great warrior, Bard. You've got to win. You've got to win, boys. I mean, you're fighting men with huge swords. There you go. Bardings both broke. It's too much for them. And now it's down to Isengard, who's having a rough time now that he's lost his general. I think army losses as well isn't helping. See these berserkers holding on in here. Look at this. This little cordon of berserkers. It's like a little semi. It's not even like a semicircle. It is like a full circle. There are like It's getting... The circle of berserkers is being pierced quite easily. It's a thin line, but these guys will hold to the last man. They are berserkers after all. There's a tiny, tiny little circle now. Only like 4 of them left. Come on, you brave men. You're not even men, you brave Uruks. 2 of them left. And 1 left. He gets knocked down. He might be dead. And yeah, I think that is it. I think there might be like maybe a berserker. No, I think it's just this guy left. This 1 berserker. Triple gold chevron. Can he get another kill? No. He's dead. And there you go. A valiant defeat for Dale and for Isengard. It was a pretty close one. I personally thought that either side could have won that throughout the entire thing, really. I think the only thing that I personally did wrong with my cavalry, or like as Dale, was my cavalry on my left flank just did nothing in comparison to my cavalry on my right flank, which was just where I was microing so much more. So I may want to play a bit more defensive with my cavalry on my left, while the cavalry on my right was being more aggressive. And also, since they like dragged a cavalry unit across, that really duped me, and to kind of like that kind of helped them as well. Like, certainly could just recharge my archers and my general. And I could have used those last few units, certainly at the end. But anyway, it was a very good fight for both sides anyway. Both did very well. You can see here that Dale, who I was playing as, got 206 kills with the Vinland Guard. And then his the Dalian Swords did okay, 165, 179. The best kills there. And then we've got Vinland Guards here, 121. Did so much worse. These guys, I think, got focused down by archers. I really should have been a bit more, or gotten surrounded by other stuff. Should have been a bit more protective with them, because they can do really well, as you can see there with the general. Should have maybe been a bit more defensive with them. My Lake Town Guards got a lot of kills on cavalry. Didn't get a lot of kills with other stuff, but they killed a lot of cavalry and helped in some combats there. 116 kills, pretty average for them. They can do better, but they're not like amazing shock infantry. My Spear Guards, not really worth it. Probably would have just been better bringing more swords, but I had them on the flanks just to stop any cavalry coming down that right flank. Archers, my marksman down 97 kills, not too bad, but my bardings did really well, 237, 158. This barding did get run down, I'm pretty sure, early game, so that's a real shame, because they're really useful, these bardings. Really, really good units. And then my cavalry did okay, 165 kills, the best one there. Then we have Heads, who was playing as Isengard. His White Hand Stormers, 133 kills. His Uruk-hai Infantry, 115. 183, even better. So did really well. They can be pretty solid, kind of the Uruk-hai Infantry. All doing rather well, to be honest. White Hand Stormers, 128. 162. 161, sorry. Did okay there. His half-orc axes were fighting against my fighting with my cavalry. Didn't get many kills. I don't know if they got focused down or not. They may have done so. They're not got the greatest of armor. Berserker, sorry, though, did really, really well. I mean, 110, 177, 250. Insanely good kills. The pikes, we had only 1 unit of pikes, 89 kills. Not bad. I think maybe bringing another one might have been worth it. But you never know. Certainly might have been better than bringing these crossbows. These crossbows, I just don't think really got their money's worth out of. Unfortunately, maybe just been better just bringing more infantry and then just being aggressive and just not having that skirmish phase against the elves. But I know what he was also trying to do, because crossbows, if like in a prolonged skirmish, can be really, really good. Can get a lot of armor piercing shots. Then we've got Executioner, who was playing as the Woodland Realm. He's got 232 kills with his Hall Guardians, 150 with his Elven King. His swords, this is a huge Elven army, to be fair. This is absolutely massive. I was so surprised he got this much for the funds. 106, 218, 233, some really good kills here with his Lasgarland Blades. His Hall Guardians, 369 kills, 279 kills, really, really solid. No surprise there. Hall Guardians, like I said, always do really well. His Lasgarland Spears, 123, is not bad for the Spears either. Lasgarland Archers, 208, 214, really, really solid. And his Lord's Lasgarland, 312. I mean, all his archers did really well. You can see there, all did really, really well. Then Boris, who's playing against Dol Amroth, 88 kills with his general before he got gunned down and killed. His sword infantry getting 285. Yeah, Seawater infantry here did really, really well. I mean, most of them did quite solid. They are just superior to the Dalian infantry. His Dismounted Knights of Imrahil, 313 kills, 266, 229, all did really well. Haven Guard, all doing really well. Even though I focused one of them down, still getting 206, 220, 388. His archers didn't do so well. But they're not that great, and I made sure that they were killed off quickly. His Sea Orc Cavalry, Spear Cavalry, actually did better than his Nice Silver Swan. 230 kills. These guys are running down my General, my archers, all sorts of stuff, really. But yeah, his cavalry didn't do amazing, in fairness. I locked it down quite well and killed it off. It was more his elite infantry in this game that turned the battle for him and won it. But anyway, guys, that was a really, really good battle. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did and you want to see more Lord of the Rings action, whether it's Rise of Mordor, Last Alliance, whatever, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and leave a comment to show your support. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.